Today we're going to install this 32-inch LED light bar that I picked up at our local accessory store in this 2014 GMC all-terrain. We're going to install it in behind the grill, just below the GMC here. So we're going to make some brackets, take the grill off, make some brackets, and then install it, and we'll get to that here in a minute. Okay, so to start with, we need to take off this valance here over the radiator to get at the top bolts of the grill. So there's a bunch of plastic clips here. I believe there's 5 of them. Pop those off with the screwdriver, and then pick that panel up. So to undo these, you just put a screwdriver on the top, flip it up, which will pop up, and then you put your screwdriver under the bottom and pull it out. Make sure you don't lose or break any of these, because you're going to have to reuse them when you put this all back together. Now that we got the clips all out, you just pick the plastic piece up, set that on your bench, and then you can start. There's 4 bolts right along here on the top of the grill, and those will be your next thing to pull out. And before I get the grill off, I'm actually, see here there's cross members in front of your radiator. I'm actually going to mark those so that way when I do take the grill off and do go to install my brackets for the light bar, they're actually going to sit so the light bar is visible out through here, which is our game plan here in the end. Closer? Yeah. Okay, so once you get the 10mm bolts out, you can see here there's clips to hold this in, so you just pick up on the back bracket and pull it out like so, go along, and then the top part will come free. There's also clips here which are guides, and then your next step, you're going to, right here there's a bolt, as well as up here you're going to pull this piece of trim off, which is going to allow you to get to the bolt on this. So the valance needs to come off, so you need to get the bolt there, and then we'll start to pull the valance off. So now that we got all these bolts out here and pulled the trim back a little bit, up under here there's another 8mm you get with a socket extension. Take that off, and then you can start to pull your front valance off. So we have an 8mm here that we took out, then we have a torque up here that we took out, and as well as a torque there. That's your 8mm that you pulled out of your trim. And then if you look up, 7mm that you pulled out of your trim, and then there's another 7mm up here, which you can get with the extension and pull that out. And then once that all comes off, you can start to pull on this, which it pops out like so. You start to pull out here. There's a numerous amount of clips in through here. So once you pull it out past your headlight, there's going to be clips down in here as well. We'll get to that there next. So as you can see, there's going to be 4 of these plastic clips here. So we have our removal tools. So you're going to push down and push inside and pop those plastics off. They're all along here, and then once you get that removed, you can get at the bottom bolts of the grill. Now that we got the valance off, as you can see, we popped out here, 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 and here. And then we just let it hang down, because we don't need to fully remove it to get to the bolts on the grill. And there's going to be 4 bolts on the grill. One here, 10mm, there, and there's one over here as well. And then we can pop the grill off. And once you get these 4 bolts out at the bottom, Then you go back up here, you pull on your top, and then the grill will pick right out. So now we're exposed with the front end. So what the next step is, I'm going to build a bracket. Previously I marked where we want the light bar to sit. So we're going to build a bracket, bolt it up to these cross members, and then bolt in our brackets for our light bar. And then I'm going to take it outside, turn it on, make sure that it's aimed properly before I put the grill back on. So that way we don't have to remove the grill if it's sitting too high or too low. And so the next step is to fab up a bracket. So what I did for a bracket here, all I did was take a piece of angle iron and drill a couple holes in the angle iron to mount it on these cross member brackets that you can see here. And then I drilled my holes for my light bar right here. So the light bar will bolt that. And what I did, I measured up from the bottom so they're in the same slots as what they would be as in the grill. And then I just used the hood latch up here for your center point of the truck. As you can see, I marked the center there. And so now we're going to bolt the light bar on. Okay, so I mounted it to the bracket that we built, and then run my wire up through on the front of the truck, over your battery relay that came with the kit. There's a fuse, inline fuse, and then my switch went inside the truck. And now I'm going to start to put the grill back on. So to start with, there's those 4 10 mils that we took off on the bottom. Okay, so once you get those 10 mils back in, you snap your brackets back on the top here. And then this valance, the clips that we took out with the screwdriver, you just pop those back in. You go around here to the side where we took it apart and put your 7 mil back in up top, as well as this fender piece back on. And then, so after you put the trim back on, you get this bolt here and that one. There's 4 up top. Put those 4 in, and then Dad set that on there. Yes, yes. And you set the plastic valance back on, and you put your push clips back in that you weren't supposed to lose or break. And that's the end of the video.